Okay, recording started. Let me share my screen. What I do is quickly, I'll go through it. What are the main ABAP areas that you expect the interview questions? Okay, and rise up. I will explain about the rise of W because in SAP, all ABAP work will fall under the rise up category, rise up W category. Okay, that what I do is I'll tell you what is the plan. Okay. Mm, So the basically, when it comes to ABAP, right? The first focused topic is in any interviews is ABAP dictionary, first, end to end here. Because the entire SAP will be has based on this ABAP dictionary because all the database related things here. Here, right? All the concepts like all interview and real time point of view, tables, okay, database view, all views, okay, and data element, domain, search help, structure type, table type, lock objects, domain, search help, all SC11. Go to here. Let me connect system. Maybe for all this, right? All these things are very, very, very critical to not only ABAP, to the SAP as well. The entire SAP runs on these concepts actually. Okay. So if you go to the table, so there are again same so many concepts are there like primary key, foreign key, size category, all these things, what are all things will expect the interview point of view. Okay, all that we'll discuss part of this training. Right? Like foreign key, primary key. In between primary key, and we have the primary key fields in between non-primary key fields. All these are the conceptually interview expected questions. Okay, and foreign keys and client dependent to independent to all these concepts should be very clear. So not only for this interview point of view, even for doing the best in the coding as well, whatever the task you are going to do, if this ABAP dictionary is you are very strong, so we can do the best coding. So that we'll go through in the part of this training, project training, with respect to interview and completely practical oriented. Next, very important topics is all the fundamentals, data objects. We call it data objects. Very important variables. work area, internal tables. This is programming point of view. This is the core data objects. Next, database statements. Mm, Conditional and the loop statements, database statements, subroutines. Of course, subroutines are obsolete, but still subroutines, function modules, under oops, classes, mm, local class, global class, local class, global class. Okay. These are the very important. Lot of questions we will get expect from here. Whenever if you go for experience with 1-2 years or as a fresher, and based on this only, right, the entire rise up will work here. We call the all ABAP work. This is ABAP work. So ABAP work is built on rise up. We call or for what could be or purpose. What could be our purpose?
Reporting.
Or for reporting. Correct. So or for reporting. I for the interfaces. C for conversions. E for enhancements. F for forms. W for the workflow. Workflow. Any work in the real-time projects will fall under this category.
Tanisha, do you have idea on all these? Some basic
7.
I just know
understand.
the
Ah,
theoretical knowledge.
ah. So what we should do is I mean, I will make you practice of all these scenarios. I'll give you the scenario of
Mhm.
report one scenario, one or two, at least one, more than one.
Mhm.
If you do that, right, one report to one interface, one conversions, conversions for now, yeah. So instead of BDC, we can go for the BAPI. Enhancements, so baddies, so all this becomes forms, smart forms, so database forms, so workflow. Okay. If you do at least each one area, 2 to 3 objects, then you will become perfect, ready for the any interview to face, either as a fresher or as a 2 years experience.
Mhm.
Okay, because basically what is the interview questions is what you have done recently, right?
Mhm.
What type of task you have done, what was the major challenge, right? What is the workflow concept? I mean, how the work you it comes on the landscape. They also call landscape, SAP landscape. They'll ask you, tell me your project landscape. Landscape. Tell me your project landscape. They'll ask. This also will. We cannot simulate, but theoretically I can explain to you what the what is the project landscape here. Okay, this is, you can either ECC, or you can tell that now only we are going to S4 HANA. You can tell that this I have done the ECC. Now we are going to S4 HANA. Okay. In the S4 HANA comes the concepts point of what you can expect questions is S4 HANA point of view. S4 HANA, right? So a new ABAP syntax will get good questions. New ABAP syntax. Next one is the CDS views. And next one is OData wrap. Small task, if you do it also scenarios, you do it also. I will explain how to put in the resume this new areas. Wrap. So if you put these areas, it will be more, I mean, your resume will be shortlisted immediately. So all these concepts, little bit more industry terminology, if you put it, then it will be more advantage, I mean, more chances of you will be shortlisted, even 2 years experience also, any one of you. So for this, my plan is, course approximately 30 hours I'm planning, maximum 30 hours. 30 hours, maybe weekly, in person, maybe 2 classes, not more than 2 classes. 2 classes in person. Okay. Remaining should be like, anyway, I'll create a WhatsApp group and I'll give the scenarios, you should practice it. A lot of case studies also I'm having, so I can quickly here. For example, these are different case studies. Nothing but the scenarios. First, initially to start, you can go through this scenarios, what I will be able to provide you for your practice here. And if you go to here, right from table creation, how to data inserting, OOPS ALV report development to order forms development to CDSV. So using the BAPI, how you process the data. We'll put the same thing in the resume as well. Or data, wrap, read operations. So wrap many scenario, on many scenario. Okay. How do you use the wrap? How do you pass the data to the SAP database in the BAPI? And how do you send the email attachment to the wrap point of? Okay. So these things, right, looks very simple, but you go on practicing these things, right, you'll get a lot of concepts will be clear to you, and you can, I mean, confidently you can clear the interview. And terminology, right? What are the terminology? That terminology you'll be able to tell once you practice it, once you do hands-on. This training is completely hands-on training. So if not much hands-on, it will not be useful. This training, right? A good point. Any other questions you are having?
No, sir, I'm good.
So let's see. Maybe I think I'll announce maybe one more small demo if possible.